Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the week of February 28th. Now Virgo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Virgo, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's somebody impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you. Now, if you watch my content regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, so let's go ahead and get everything in here. And we're going to be doing a pyramid spread. So, all right, I think that looks good enough to me. We'll put this deck right here. And all right. So I have to say, Virgo, this looks incredibly promising in terms of your week so far. It looks like right now, some of you are, I'm getting a few stories here. Some of you, your luck could generally be turning around. That's one. Two, some of you are building a business or building something around a talent. And then, three, things could be going well in your business or in your career life just generally. I know those are all really positive, but I'm struggling to see a negative meaning here. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. You have the Wheel of Fortune right away in the middle. So this Wheel of Fortune, this card's been coming in for a lot of people here in this week. So that definitely makes me feel good. I do feel like, fortunes are turning around when the Wheel of Fortune happens. And in fact, this card represents your destiny. And it says that the wheel has spun in your direction. It has spun in your favor. And there is this sort of element of fate and luck associated with the Wheel of Fortune because you can't control where or when or how the wheel is going to spin towards you, right? And so with that, it does refer to change. And it says that it's kind of like, in this case, like change is kind of out of your control, but it's a good type of change for you. And, when you get this energy, you want to really take advantage of the time that you have because you never know when the wheel will spin again in this direction towards you. And so it's a very nice energy to find, especially as you have all of this career energy, all of this financial energy here showing up. And so I definitely like to see this. Now, in the past, you have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So Pentacles, of course, talks about your money situation, your material life, anything to do with land, nature, resources, anything like that. And, this Four of Pentacles here, this can represent maybe, if I'm like trying to find a challenge in the first 5 cards of this reading, we always go through and clarify, so hopefully the clarifications will help here. But, you may be holding on to what you have a little bit too tightly. That may be the only challenge I see here, which is not a terrible challenge to have. It's just recognize, when you get this Four of Pentacles, that there will always be more opportunities. The universe is an infinitely abundant place, and there will always be more opportunities for you to grow. But it could mean that right now, you may have spent time recently saving. The Knight of Pentacles talks about potentially a financial event arriving. For me, this is pretty closely associated with a couple things, but for me, it's like land, real estate, things like that. Some of you may have been like saving for a home purchase or a land purchase or something like that. Not everybody will be. Now, for others of you, what this Knight of Pentacles could be talking about is you've been working extremely hard at building something. And I feel like, you've been maybe saving money or you've been, preparing to maybe go on your own or maybe build something. Some of you may be considering self-employment or getting into business for yourself. And I feel like the past has been spent preparing for this. The Knight of Pentacles is extremely prepared and also somebody who's dependable, reliable, all things like that. And so, hardworking. And so I feel like some of you have been really saving and working hard here in preparation for maybe what's going on right now with this Wheel of Fortune energy here in the middle, which is your luck kind of spinning in your direction, and in preparation for the future here, which is looking very good with this Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. You know, this is an energy of you turning a talent into a passion, or turning a passion and a talent into a business or a side hustle. The Eight of Pentacles refers to a major talent that you have in your life. And you can see here, this person sort of wrapping up their latest creation. There are other creations here hanging up on the wall above them. And so it says that you may be ready to, you know, do a project. Like if you work for somebody, you may be ready to present on some of your research or present a project. It could also say that you're just generally, things are going well in your career life when you get the Eight of Pentacles. But what makes me think that some of you are doing like a side hustle or starting a business is you have this Ace of Wands paired with the Major Talent card, which is a really nice combination. And it's not one of these situations where you're not working hard, okay? Because you have the Knight of Pentacles is hard work, so is the Eight of Pentacles, and now this Ace of Wands may say that there's a new beginning forming as you've worked extremely hard around a talent, a skill, a passion project, or something along those lines. Let's go ahead and dive into it and move up the pyramid here and see what that might be. So you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Judgment card, you have the Eight of Wands, and the World. Virgo, that's big energy, okay? This is really, really like positive energy going on here. So where do we start? So the Ace of Swords is so you have double aces here. So the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands, that's a big yes in the tarot. That's always a good sign to get two or more aces in a reading. The Ace of Swords represents some sort of victory and success that leads to a new beginning. You know, you've definitely had some sort of arrival here in the past with the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. You also have that with the Judgment card. Judgment is all about potentially going into a period of self-evaluation, asking yourself what it is you need to do to sort of get over the hump and get into the completion of the world here, which you have. So you have 20 Judgment with 21 the World. The World completes the cycle of the Major Arcana. It completes the Fool's journey through the Major Arcana. And so what I see here is some of you have spent time being brutally honest with yourself and the processes that you maybe use on a day-to-day basis with the Ace of Swords and the Judgment card. And you've really taken a hard look at yourself and asked what it is you need to do to move into this completion of the world. So I really like that. And what's in between the Judgment and the World card is the Eight of Wands. This Eight of Wands is about a very quick event happening in your life that may bring about good news, surprises, good situations. It can say that there's phone calls, text messages, emails, letters, anything even relating to distance. So this can be social media, but those sorts of messages coming in from a distance. And it's also accelerated motion. It's the feeling of being unstuck, the feeling of moving forward. It's good situations in your life. It could even mean travel, especially as you have the World. The Eight of Wands and the World is certainly an energy of like travel by air or international travel, going across seas, going to faraway places. Maybe some of you doing that for work or maybe even relocating. But really, if I'm putting this all together, this is major win, okay? I have not had a reading that has started off this good in a very long time. And, the World, not only is it a completion, but it can also represent a victory. So you have a victory with the Swords, with the Wands, and now with the World, as well as the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. And so let's move up the pyramid here. So you have the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Cups. Okay, interesting. So so we now have double aces and we now have double knights showing up with the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So this is around a creative venture. This is maybe around a creative project. I was not getting a whole lot of love energy. Of course, the Knight of Cups can represent a new relationship entering or forming into your life. This person would be somebody you've already probably met, or maybe somebody you even fantasize about, maybe like a good, somebody who you've thought a lot about here. the thing is, you have this paired with the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups can represent you maybe holding on to the cups of the past here that are now spilled. And the problem with that is, in the present, there are two cups here that are available to them here, but they can't see the two cups that are available because they're so focused on these cups that are spilled. And so I feel like for some of you here, like, things are going very well. One card never makes a reading. Things are going very well, and it's almost like, I do wonder if there's something else going on in terms of your emotional life. I think completing whatever this situation is that you're completing is going to clear some maybe emotional baggage or some sort of emotional situation from your life. I see a clearing, and so I don't even feel like this is bad. The King of Swords can represent you like really taking authority, taking leadership. It's also a subject matter expert. And so with the Eight of Pentacles, you know, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and now this King of Swords coming in, I get the sense that some of you have become a master or become an expert in something, and whatever expertise you have going on is what you're using to build something here. Kind of a specific message, but this is what I'm getting. So you have the Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so the Seven of Wands can represent competition. But as I always like to say, the Seven of Wands to me suggests that you've been extremely successful, because the card that comes before the Seven of Wands is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is public recognition, victory, exceeding expectations, all of those sorts of really good things. And through that, you're now facing competition with the Seven of Wands because people want what you have. You've been successful. People we'll go ahead and say, envious of the success that you've built, and now there's competition around you. The thing is, you also have the Six of Pentacles, which is this idea that the act of giving is just as important as receiving. You are clearly giving a lot of value. You are throwing a lot of value out to the universe, and that you are getting that value back in one way or another. The Six of Pentacles represents inflow, outflow. It's the flow of money coming in and out. You can see there is flow going on here. This person is giving pentacles away, but they know that as they are charitable, as they give, it will be returned to them one way or another in time. And so I definitely like this energy for you. Let's go ahead and see what is at the top. Wow. So Page of Wands here at the top of the pyramid. This is good news. Page of Wands represents good news happening in your life. It can represent a job offer, but in this case, I do feel like some of you, I mean, certainly if you're not interested in being self-employed at all, this can represent a job raise with the Six of Pentacles influence, because that can mean money coming to you. It could mean that you're also looking for a job here, and I do see that you would be very successful in that situation. But I think for many of you here, there's a project that's being started, and successfully, I think this project has legs, if you will. I think this project can go somewhere. And I get the sense that some of you may even get some communication around that and how to get that off the ground even farther than what you've been doing recently. You also have this Nine of Wands, which is really needing to not give up. This is a card of perseverance and realizing that you are almost at the finish line. I think some of you are going to have very positive communication around this situation, whether it's a job or it is a project that you are getting off the ground. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, and you take care. Really appreciate you. I will see you in the next reading.